You and I may have experienced the taste of Peru since 25% of their coffee beans go to the United States. As a fellow coffee lover, I used it as fuel for research for the potential market Solbere has in Peru through credible sources for the information, especially as a University of Washington student. For Solbere, penetrating Peru's market in agriculture and forestry indicates millions in profit while also leaving a positive effect on the community and Peru as a whole. That being said, let's get into how this can be. Coffee beans are among top crops in Peru. At 25% market penetration, there is the incentive of increasing harvest with over $5 million in profit for the market and over $6 million in profit for Solbere. With these results, other top crops such as sugarcane, potato, and wheat can be persuaded to work with their product, earning Solbere over $17 million in profit at just 25% market penetration. In consequence, the potato farmers would additionally harvest enough to feed Peru's population 35 times over at 50% penetration. Though Solbere is not limited to the agriculture industry, they can profit from the forested land of Peru as well. There is a lot of land for them to work with, considering that over 50% of Peru is covered in forest. At a mere 25% market penetration, they can earn over $540 million in profit, meaning that there is a potential $2 billion in profit at 100%. With their involvement in the forest, there would also be a decrease in Peru's carbon footprint. At the 25% mark, the amount of carbon sequestration goes well beyond the total carbon emissions. Then, at 2 years of use of their product, over 1 billion metric tons of carbon can be sequestered. It is this carbon sequestration that guarantees Solbere customers. NGOs. Since Peru has steered to a cap-and-trade system, it opens up a business opportunity for NGOs. Major carbon emission industries, such as copper and oil, would likely be capped at some point during production due to being responsible for over 30% of the emissions. Thus, they would need to buy carbon credits. With Solbere, each metric ton of carbon sequestered in the forest would be worth $5.41, which is cheap compared to the typical pricing. According to the World Scientific, offset price ranges from a low of $2.55 to a high $69.2. The average price is $18.15. For NGOs to sell credits at $13.1 below the average would offer a low 2-cent profit, but that is okay since they have about twice the area of Arizona to work with, which would bring in millions of profit for them. The industries can be incentivized to pay for the cheap credits to continue production and increase the GDP in effect. However, each acre sequesters about 3 metric tons of carbon, and with millions of acres of forest, that means there can be an abundance of credits to sell. Foreign industries that are in need of carbon credits can notice the cheap market in Peru and invest in them, bringing in even more of an incentive for NGOs to pay for Solbere's product. The Amazon rainforest also occupies surrounding countries such as Brazil. These countries could notice the positivity surrounding Peru's strategy and attempt to imitate it, offering Solbere markets beyond Peru to expand their business even further. Overall, Solbere wins because at 50% market penetration, they earn over $20 million in profit from the forested land and agriculture industry of Peru. However, in consequence of Solbere's contribution, the agriculture sector would increase harvest with more food to the community, while forest tree growth offsets carbon emissions to sustain production of other industries, increasing the GDP. Foreign industries would also be encouraged to invest in their offset credits to imitate Peru's acceptance of Solbere, expanding their market beyond Peru. So if Solbere expands to Peru now, it means more coffee for everyone. My name is Johnny Garcia, and thank you for your time.